Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I did okay. $327, 87 commissions, 40 tickets, so a little too much. I made some mistakes, just fundamental errors where I should have stopped out when I did not. So on the 5 minute pins, I think this is Pinterest. On daily level, it kind of dropped. As you can see, this is sort of the area where it bounces back. So back here on May 6th, it bounced from this level. So today, it pretty much did the same thing. I was short bias 15 minute. This is how it looks like. So it broke this level. So I went short, and I'll show you why I made a mistake there. So I went short. It did drop on the 1 minute. This is how it looks like. Uh, so you see it dropped. I should have covered at least some of these. I did not bounce back up. I thought this was a retracement, and then it kept on going up. I should have stopped out. If I covered, this would have been good. And also too big of a size. I think I had like 1,000 shares or 1,500 shares added to it, a total like 2,000 or something. And then I stopped out here because I didn't want it to be. It broke this SMA. I didn't want it to keep going up. Nonetheless, there's like a minus $600 loss or something like that. Later on, I did recover. What I did was then I saw that it couldn't break this level. It started trend down right after it broke this SMA. I went short heavy 3,000 shares. I think of 3 or 4,000 shares. I covered half of the position here because it was basically steady state at this level. So usually what happens is if it can't break this level and it hangs around here for too long, it may just bounce back up. It did not. It dropped further, so I covered. As you can see, it kept on dropping. But nonetheless, I got back some money, and so my loss wasn't that big after that, so it was okay. So on this JD daily level, sort of stuck between these. I was thinking it would probably drop down to this level and then bounce. It did not. It actually bounced back up. 15 minute, I was looking at it. It was very strong here. Couldn't break this, drop back, but then there's this level of support. How this looks like on the 5 minute was like this. As you can see here, there's this level here that it broke through. So I was waiting. So it keeps bouncing off of this. And it was going to go break this. Once it broke this, there was another level up here that I thought it was going to try to break again. So that's what happened was I waited for it to break this. Went in, I think 1,000 shares. If it dropped below this, I would have exited. I think at this point, 27.76, I think it's 27.75 or 74 was when I would have gotten out. I think my entry was at 27.78 actually. So it was 5 cent, 1,000 share, $30 or so. 1 minute, this is how it looks like on the 1 minute. So it just broke that level. Then I went in, it popped up, covered, popped up higher, covered. On the way down, I covered the rest. So that's my trade on JD, and then on TTWO, I was short bias on this because there's a level down here on the daily level. Sort of gapped down a bit. 15 minute. You see here it broke down below this SMA, so I went short. 5 minute, couldn't get any higher, lower high, and then kind of like an engulfing pattern. Just as it broke the VWAP, I went short. 1 minute. That's how it looks like. So went short. I did let it kind of ride a bit here. It didn't break this level. If it did, I would have exited. But it sort of, I should have taken some here and then add back in at this level. But nonetheless, it dropped. I covered the remainder here, and then later on, what I did was I played it again. So I saw that. Locked back in. So I saw that it was kind of breaking this level, trying to break down to 99.60. Went short, didn't really do anything, held this level, so I covered at pretty much break even. I think I made $5. And then it kind of grinded up, basically did a pullback. But the pullback wasn't strong. I thought it was going to pull back up to here and then drop. Instead, it pulled back to the 20 EMA. Nonetheless, I went short, waited to see what happens. I gave it some room here. I was a bit worried because I didn't want it to break this. But it didn't. It was just at around this level. So, held it on the drop. I covered. Seems like it was going to bounce, so I covered the remainder. As you can see here, it just traded a bit lower. So, Overall, it's decent day.